The global entertainment world was once again reminded of a truth that has long been felt but rarely stated outright. Kim Taehyung is not merely a K-pop idol. He is a cultural force. And like many other iconic moments in his career, this reminder did not arrive through a grand stage, a press conference, or a massive promotional campaign. It came in the most Taehyung way possible: quiet, simple, and deeply personal. After several days of silence, with no news, no official schedule, and not a single promotional hint, Taehyung suddenly appeared through an Instagram story post. It was nothing more than a slice of everyday life. He sat at home, wearing plaid pajamas, tending to his plants with a calm expression. There was no dramatic lighting,
No exagerati styling.
no explicit message about a major project. And yet, that was precisely the moment when the world paused and turned its attention back to the same name, Kim Taehyung. Within minutes, the post spread across the globe. International media reacted almost simultaneously, as if an invisible alarm had gone off. Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and even major news outlets such as CNN, BBC, and The Guardian began mentioning his name. The hashtag Taehyung shot up the global trending lists, standing alongside international political issues and world economic news. All of this happened because of a single, nearly wordless post. The text accompanying the post was equally simple. Taehyung wrote about his busy days, about preparing an album, about taking care of plants, and about how he barely had time to breathe. The sentences were short, the language gentle, and the tone far from dramatic. Yet for millions of fans and industry observers, the message felt profound. There was a deceptive sense of calm, as if, behind that quietness, something significant was being carefully constructed. Korean entertainment media described the moment as the loudest silence in modern entertainment. There was no official announcement, yet everyone was talking about it. There was no teaser, yet expectations felt extraordinarily high. Taehyung made the world wait not because of promises, but because of the trust he has built over many years. What made the moment even more compelling was its tangible impact. The pajamas Taehyung wore in the post immediately became a hot topic within international fashion communities. Within hours, the product was reported to be sold out. The brand he wore experienced an extreme surge in sales without a single official advertisement or public endorsement deal. Analysts called it the purest example of celebrity influence in the digital era, unscripted, without explicit promotion, yet directly shaping global consumer behavior. Forbes Korea even recorded that the brand's value jumped by nearly 400% in less than 48 hours. For many creative economists, this was not just a number. It was concrete proof that the name Kim Taehyung has become a living, breathing economic engine that moves organically. He does not need to sell. His mere presence is enough to shift the market. Yet behind all of this lies another aspect that makes Taehyung's influence even stronger. He never relies on cheap sensationalism. He does not manufacture controversy to remain relevant. He chooses consistency, honesty, and authenticity. In that simple post, he was not only talking about music or major projects, but also about life balance, about finding calm amid a packed global schedule, and about caring for plants as a form of self-care. This message resonated with millions. Many fans wrote that the post gave them a sense of peace, as if Taehyung were speaking directly to them. If someone under as much pressure as he is can still find serenity in small things, then perhaps we can too. In an instant, the post transformed into a symbol of global emotional strength. From there, the discussion began to expand. Observers in the entertainment, fashion, and even sports industries started asking the same question: just how far does Kim Taehyung's influence reach? And more broadly, in today's global era, what is the most fitting role for a figure with cross-cultural, cross-generational, and cross-industry appeal like his? The name of the 2026 World Cup began to surface in those conversations. For many people, the World Cup is not just about football. It is a global celebration, a meeting point of cultures, emotions, and identities across nations. The 2026 World Cup, to be held in the United States, Canada, and Mexico, is predicted to be the largest and most diverse edition in history. And for an event of that magnitude, the world needs a face that is not only famous, but also trusted, loved, and capable of uniting diverse layers of global society. This is where Kim Taehyung is seen as an exceptionally relevant figure. As a member of BTS, a group that has broken through nearly every geographical and cultural boundary, Taehyung has long been recognized as a global symbol. But his influence does not stop at music. He exists in the fashion world as a style icon acknowledged by leading fashion houses. He appears in the art world with a distinctive aesthetic sensibility. He occupies the public emotional space as a warm, honest, and grounded figure. These are rare qualities, and precisely the qualities needed for a global ambassadorial role like the World Cup. International marketing experts describe Taehyung as possessing trust-based influence. His power is not built on excessive exposure, but on a deep emotional bond with the public. When he appears, people pay attention. When he is silent, people wait. And when he shares something, no matter how small, the impact is real. This is not mere popularity. It is cultural legitimacy. Many Korean media outlets have stated that if FIFA wants to authentically reach the global younger generation, Kim Taehyung is one of the most strategic figures available. He is loved in Asia, respected in Europe, idolized in the Americas, and recognized in nearly every corner of the world. He does not carry an aggressive or exclusive image. Instead, he brings calm, warmth, and a sense of inclusivity, values that align with the spirit of the World Cup as a celebration of global unity. Interestingly, Taehyung is also known to be a sports fan. He has been seen on several occasions enjoying football matches and showing genuine interest, not mere formality. This further strengthens the narrative that his presence as an ambassador would not be forced, but natural. In an era when the public is increasingly sensitive to promotions that feel artificial, figures like Taehyung are incredibly valuable. He does not need to explain why he is relevant. His presence alone already answers that question. The international fashion industry sees this potential as well. After the pajama post, many designers discussed how Taehyung has reshaped the world's perception of loungewear. Pajamas are no longer just sleepwear, but symbols of warmth, calm, and quiet luxury. Some have even referred to it as the beginning of Taehyungcore, an aesthetic that blends simplicity with emotional depth. Applied to the context of the World Cup, this aesthetic offers a different approach. Not merely a loud, extravagant spectacle, but a global celebration that also acknowledges the human side, emotions, togetherness, and the personal stories behind every match. Entertainment analysts believe that the Instagram story post was not a random moment. A narrative is being built, a major transition in Taehyung's career that is not explicitly announced, but gradually felt. Some industry sources even speculate that his next project will merge music, visuals, and personal storytelling into a single unified work. If true, this would place him alongside the world's top multidisciplinary global artists. Yet regardless of speculation, one thing is already clear. Kim Taehyung's influence has surpassed the traditional definition of an idol. He is not just the face of BTS. He is a representation of a new generation of global figures, those who do not lead with the loudest voice, but with meaningful silence. Fans around the world responded to this moment with the same emotions: pride, deep emotion, and trust. They did not demand announcements. They did not push for explanations. They waited because they believed. And in an era that moves fast and is full of distractions, that kind of trust is the most valuable currency of all. If the 2026 World Cup wants to speak to the world in the language of this era, the language of authenticity, empathy, and emotional connection, then Kim Taehyung is not just a suitable choice. He is the right symbol. Without a grand stage, without a red carpet, and without fanfare, Taehyung once again proves that true influence is not measured by how loudly one speaks, but by how deeply the world listens when he chooses to remain silent. And perhaps it is from that very silence that the next global chapter will begin.